Yes, Tottenham. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? My first live in some time. I'm actually not off my phone, so if it didn't come in correctly at the start, I do apologise. But come on, if you're new to my channel right now, smash the like, subscribe, all of that. You know what to do. Look, I'm gonna have a little rant about Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy, honestly, I don't know what the majority of you must have seen it last night. Obviously, he's come out and spoke about the whole sacking of Ange Postecoglou. Um, Apparently, winning the Europa League wasn't enough. Look, we all know that. We finished fourth from bottom in the Premier League. We all know that. 22 Premier League defeats. It was totally unacceptable. But at the end of the day, Tottenham won their first trophy in 17 years, their first European trophy in 41 years. At the end of the day, Ange didn't get the full support that he truly deserved. He went all through the season before, and even the season just gone, where obviously we did win Europa. He kept saying all through the season, I deliver silverware. I deliver silverware. And even for me, I'm thinking, no. What's he on about? He's chatting shit. We're not going to win anything. We're not going to win anything. We're down to the bare bones. At the time when we had like sort of Kulusevski, Madison, you name it, injured, it was just complete and utter trash. But thankfully, we managed to get over the line and win our first trophy in 17 years. But going back to the whole Daniel Levy situation, I can't be the only one thinking it, but I just had a feeling, even going back to the night of where we won the European trophy, I'm thinking that's Angie's day's done now. Or sorry, no, after the Brighton game, which was the last game of the Premier League season, I should say. But I'm just thinking to myself, this is Ange done now. It didn't matter if we was going to win it or if we didn't win it, and it turned out to be that Ange got the boot. But last night, um, the majority of you must have seen it. It was all over Sky Sports, BBC Sport, BT Sport, you name it, YouTube, absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to read out a little something that I found on BBC Sport. Sorry, BBC Sport. So sacking Postecoglou was emotionally difficult. Emotionally difficult. Right. It's see, going back to the late afternoon when Postecoglou was sacked, I actually heard. See, I'm not 100% sure how true this is, but then it probably is true because this is Daniel Levy we're talking about. Apparently, it was a toss of a coin um, to see if we sack Ange or keep him. A toss of a coin. It's just an absolute joke. But then it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, and that's what Levy and Enoch Joe Lewis done. So sacking Postecoglou was emotionally difficult, Levy. And it goes on to say, Tottenham have had 13 permanent managers in Daniel Levy's 25 years as chairman. Permanent managers, yeah. There's a couple of them there that stepped in temporary. But altogether, we're talking now. We got Thomas the Frank engine involved. We're talking 18 managers now. 18 managers. But then it goes on to say Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy was sacking manager. Sorry, I'll say that again. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy says sacking manager Ange Postecoglou after he led the club to victory in the Europa League was emotionally difficult. Then it goes on to say the Australian was relieved of his duties just 16 days after the 1-0 victory over Manchester United in the final in Bilbao secured Spurs' first major trophy in 17 years. 16 days. It's you know what I mean? It's even I don't know if any of you went to the trophy parade, but you must have seen it no matter what. It was everywhere. But you've seen season 2. Season 3 is going to be a hell of a lot better, and we're never going to know that under Ange. But then it goes on to say Postecoglou paid the price for a poor domestic campaign, in which his side finished 17th in the Premier League with former Brentford boss Thomas Frank brought in to replace him. I don't regret appointing Ange. I'm very grateful to Ange. In his first season, we finished 5th. We did finish 5th, and we was very unlucky to, not get 4th, final and rightly, 2 points behind Villa. Then it goes on to say we finished 5th, and in his second, we were over the moon to win a trophy. Levy told the club's media team, but we need to compete in all competitions. We need to compete in all competitions. We know that, Levy, honestly. And we felt that we needed a change. Emotionally, it was difficult, but we feel that we've made the right decision for the club. Now, this is I've been saying it season after season, year after year. Daniel Levy is a no-no for Tottenham. Yeah, okay, brought us a fancy new home, training facilities world-class, but you know what? It's not good enough. It's simply not good enough. And, it's time for Daniel Levy to set up and move on, which were massive rumours only a couple of weeks ago. I was actually thinking, no, this could be true. We could finally get some buyers in that gonna buy Levy out, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. And again, what really pisses me off with Daniel Levy, there was no actual interview. There was nothing with Thomas Frank. Nothing was. We've not seen anything of Thomas Frank since the appointment of him coming from Brentford to Tottenham. Absolutely nothing. Diddly squat. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. When was he named? Last week. Was it last week? So much has gone on, but it's about time now where we should be seeing something of Thomas Franklin. There's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's like we haven't got any. It's like no one's actually replaced Ange Postecoglou right now, because there's nothing put in place where we can actually see something from Thomas the Frank Engine. Absolutely nothing. But going back to Daniel Levy, gone through so many managers. We've had quality managers, winnable managers. Jose Mourinho, Pochettino, who for me at the time should have never got the sack, should have got the full support that he truly deserved. He took that team at the time as far as he could, but then he needed brand new furniture for the new home. Did he get it? No, wasn't fully backed. And then we're talking about Conte. Conte actually spoke his mind. I can't remember what actual game it was, but he spoke his mind and really, really, really shat on the board, and then because of that, he got the boot, How many times is Levy actually going to get away with this, honestly? Like I said, he's gone through so many managers. Now we've got Thomas the Frank Engine involved. I just hope for Thomas Frank's sake that he gets the support. But then is he going to get that? Like I said, he's gone through so many managers. And at the end of the day, Daniel Levy is all about paying low wages. Yeah, we're very, very lucky that we got the likes of Christian Romero, Mickey Van der Ven, James Maddison, Kulusevski, but there's still players like your average, like Brennan Johnson, who he can have a good game here and there, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent enough. Another one, Richarlison. Yeah, again, he had a very good game against Man United in Europa League final, but it's not consistent. At the same time, Richarlison is freaking injury prone. We can't have players that are like that week in, week out. We need players week in, week out that can come in, do a job, so on. But like I said, Levy's all about paying freaking low wages, and it's totally unacceptable. He makes enough money as it is through the F1 go-karting, boxing, NFL, blah, 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 you name it. But does the actual football club itself, does that Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, do they see that? Because that should be going to the team. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But but for Daniel Levy to be saying, winning Europa League wasn't enough. Yeah, okay, yeah, the Premier League was totally unacceptable. 22 league defeats. You know, we conceded so many goals. Every time we had a set piece thrown at us, you just knew it was going in the back of the net. You know, totally unacceptable. You know, injuries left, right and centre, which I do blame Ange, because Ange Postecoglou was about playing the high line. Every single game, week in, week out, teams worked us out. They knew what we were going to do. They knew what we were going to do. High line. That's all Ange wanted. High line, pace, fast, fast, fast. You know, and you know, our squad depth as it is ridiculous compared to your Liverpools, your Man Cities, hate to say it, Arsenal in a way, Chelsea, and you got teams overtaking us now like Newcastle, Aston Villa. Them two teams there are stepping it up, and we're being dragged back. Even though we got Champions League football next season, but that was thanks to Ange Postecoglou, who got the freaking sack. Wasn't given the full support that he truly deserved, you know. And going on to Ange Postecoglou, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, please, in the comments section, but I feel that Ange should have been given more time. You know, maybe not a full season, maybe given time up to, say, Christmas, and then we see where we are from there, you know. But here we are. But I just hope for Thomas Frank's sake that he gets the full backing, because Brentford backed him, their board backed him. It's now time for our board to back him. You know, when the Thomas Frank situation was coming in, I'm thinking, Thomas Frank. We all know it's going to be a massive jump at the time from Brentford to Tottenham. I'm thinking, nah, surely this ain't going to work out. This ain't going to work out. But then I looked into it more, and I thought about it more. Is that, and also when I compared him to Ange Postecoglou, you know, we all know Thomas Frank plays different. So that's the first one. Secondly, Thomas the Frank engine got average players playing some decent football. He brought Brentford up from the Championship. If I remember right, they won the playoff final. Can't remember where it was, but they you know, it brought them up from the Championship, and then they've been in the Premier League for about 4, maybe 5 seasons now, and he's kept them there. Well, he kept them there. I should have said he kept them there. You know, and they've been a real team, a real Premier League team to play against. He's got some, like I said, he's got the average players, even though there is quality in there, you know. But he's got that team, had that team playing some decent football, and yeah, they've got some quality players. Brian Mbeumo, I'd love to see Brian Mbeumo at Tottenham. Is it going to happen? United coming in. Apparently he wants United, Man United. For me, I'm thinking, right, okay, so you got Man United in front of you, and then on the other side you got Tottenham looking at you. Like, what team do you want to be at? Right now, United are more in the shit. Let's face it. For one, they've got no European football. Tottenham, Champions League football, fancy stadium. I've been there, I've played on it. It's freaking amazing. You know, again, top quality players over United, in my opinion. You know, you've only got to go to look at our first 11. Our first 11 is quality. You know, we could play against anyone. We could give anyone a good game when we've got our strongest 11 there. So for me, Brian Mbeumo surely has to choose Tottenham. So, like I said, only time will tell. We all know the summer window is a freaking long process, and at the same time, Daniel Levy likes to leave it to last knock-ins majority of the time. Again, another player that I highly rate from Brentford is Visser, but I'm hearing he's linked with Arsenal for some reason. I don't know why he would want to go there. You know, they seem to bottle it every season. But, you know, Daniel Levy, going back to what I actually want to discuss as well, you know, he sacked Postecoglou because winning Europa League wasn't enough. Okay, yeah, wasn't enough because you're going to look at the other side of it. The Premier League, 22 league defeats. But come on, man. In a year's time, who's actually going to remember Tottenham Hotspur finished 17th in the league with 22 league defeats. Who's going to remember that? All they're going to remember is we won the we won the Europa League, UEFA Cup, whatever you want to call it. We won that, and then we got to the Champions League final. Sorry, the Champions League next season, I should have said. Who's gonna? What are they gonna remember? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. But you know, Daniel Levy is so freaking deluded. He actually thinks that we can go all the way now and fight for the Premier League title, and worse off, the Champions League. It's really, come on. So you sacked a manager in Ange Postecoglou who said all through last season, I delivered silverware in my second season. And he done it. He delivered. He truly delivered. And, you know, not only that, we had injuries. We had players. We had about 4, maybe 5 first-team starters missing in that final. Yet we managed to just about get over the line. You know, our defence that night was freaking amazing. Vicario, again, was amazing. You know, we got over the line with a 1-0 win. And Ange and the boys delivered. And we got Champions League. But apparently that's not enough for Daniel Levy and the rest of the freaking board, you know. And like I said earlier, I just hope for Thomas the Frank Engine's sake that it's going to work out for him. He gets the backing. But at the end of the day, we've been here before, and it will continue. It will continue until that day. Daniel Levy, Enoch, Joe Lewis, the whole lot of them set up, and we actually get some buyers in that want to give the full support to a manager. You know what I mean? But going back to Thomas the Frank Engine, his style of play compared to Ange is totally different. You know, Ange is about high line. Frank is totally different. Totally different. Normal football, beautiful football. You know, it's gonna going back to Brentford. He liked to play most of the time 5 at the back. I can't see him doing that at Tottenham. No disrespect to Brentford, but we have better quality, a lot better quality, especially when we've got our strongest 11 there, much better quality. So he's definitely not going to play a back 5, that's for sure. Definitely not going to play a back 5. But I just freaking hope that Levy gives him backing, because, like I said, at the end of the day, he's all about paying low wages, and that's got to stop. That has to stop. He makes enough freaking money as it is. You know, it's what world does Daniel Levy live in? What can someone please tell me? Is it anyone watching this? Please hit me up in the comments. What world does Daniel Levy actually live in? It baffles me. It really does. Freaking baffles me. I've said it season after season, year after year. We're gonna go through the same shit. Season after season of just pure heartache. Yeah, we got over the line and won a European Cup, our first European trophy in 41 years, you know. We were just thankful that United were a lot worse off than what we were. They had a piss poor season as well, you know. But going back to the signings, they seem to be attracting players. They've not even got European football next season coming up. How they got Cunha from Wolves really baffles me. Really baffles me. And if they get Brian Burmo as well, honestly, it's not only that. Where have Man United got this money from? You know, they've obviously lost earnings. They massive loss, and yet we've gained. We've gained through not only winning the Europa, but we've gained more money through getting into the Champions League. So where is all that money gone? Obviously, from my understanding, Thomas Frank, that there was some sort of release clause. We're talking, what, 10 mil plus add-ons, and then obviously more add-ons when it comes on to how many backroom staff Thomas the Frank Engine wanted to bring from Brentford to Tottenham. So obviously we're probably talking 20 mil, maybe a little bit more. You know, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section on that one, please. But let's just say, for example, that's 20 mil gone already. And then even before, if I remember rightly, before Ange even got the boot, Daniel Levy's coming out with statements saying don't expect us, Tottenham, whatever it said at the time, for us to be spending the big bucks to be getting players in. Like, fuck off, man. I don't want to be hearing that bullshit. Levy makes so much money. I'm sick and tired of saying it, and I'm repeating myself, but he makes so much money. So much money. Yeah, I've just got a comment here. Ange sacked because they didn't want to spend the money to back him. You watch, nothing has changed. I've said that. I've said that. Nothing has changed, and nothing will change until that day we see Daniel Levy, Enoch/Joe Lewis, that is, all sell up, and the lot of them sell up, and we get some real owners, real buyers that actually want to support the club and give us fans what we truly deserve. You know, it's ridiculous. You've only got to go back to the Pochettino days. We finished, gosh, how many seasons was Mauricio Pochettino at Tottenham? Seven seasons, 7 years roughly. You know, Ange promised he delivered, and yeah, exactly. He promised he was going to deliver, and he did it. And he's been mugged off. He's been mugged off, you know. But I'll go on to that little conversation in a minute. But what was I saying? You know, going back to Mauricio Pochettino, you know, 7 seasons, 7 years roughly, we had him at Tottenham. You know, season after season after season, we're finishing within the top 4. You know, that season, Leicester won the title. We near enough got our hands on that. You know, but there was I can't remember what season it was. It must have been the was it? I can't remember now. Was it the season that Tottenham got to the Champions League final, or leading up to that, or it was either that or the season before, and Pochettino has had that. I've got the video clip on my phone somewhere, but Pochettino had that that interview with Gary Lineker, you know, along the lines of, I've taken this team as far as I can. I've got a fancy new home. I need some brand new furniture now. That's hinting to not only us, but he's telling Daniel Levy and co, I've taken this team as far as I can take them. I need the backing now. I need some new furniture. And did he get it? No, of course he didn't get it. He got mugged off. Like I said earlier in my stream, we've had winnable managers. Jose Mourinho, mugged off. Conte, mugged off because he spoke the truth about the ownership. Shipped off. Nuno come in. You know, he was only there 5 minutes, but he's done an all right job at Nottingham Forest. Let's face it. Come on, he's done an all right job at Nottingham Forest. You know? Postecoglou comes in. You know, from Celtic, I'm thinking, rah, okay, whole different ball game. You know, but we've had like Pochettino coming from Southampton and do a very, very freaking good, decent job, but got mugged off. But obviously Ange comes in, you know, very unlucky not to finish 4th his first season. If I remember rightly, we finished 2 points behind Aston Villa. Obviously we lost to Man City because I was, you know, that's another story, but, you know. And then obviously last season, all through last season, I deliver silverware myself, and everyone's thinking, nah. This guy, Ange is on cloud cuckoo land. You know what I mean? We're down to the bare bones as it is. He likes to play high line. We've got injuries coming left, right, and centre. Yet Ange keeps saying week in, week out, I deliver silverware, and I'm thinking, nah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And obviously, as we're progressing in Europa, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then in the final, thinking, you know what? Man United are in the shit as well as we are. This is either going to go their way or our way. You know, it's nothing to lose, obviously. And it just, thankfully, it's swinging our way. And we got Champions League. I'm just going to roll through some comments here. Where did I get to? Ange was right. This club is broken. When you've got a board, when you've got a piss poor board that don't actually back managers, pay low wages for players, and here we are. And going back to Levy, man, fuck's sake, it baffles me. Where where does this money go? Where does this money go? You know, F1 go-karting, as well as Tottenham Hotspur Football Club itself, you know, which is the big one. But that's down right down in the fucking pits, that one, you know. But above that, you got boxing, NFL, concerts, F1 go-karting, the freaking no disrespect to the tourists, it's a freaking tourist attraction. The tourist attraction, and us fans are left in the dark, you know. But Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, way low in the pit, you know. It just sums Levy up. It really does. It really does. And you know, it baffles me. You know, they got all this at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Where is this money going? We all know where it's going. Obviously, it's going in Levy's back pocket, investing it for a rainy day, and at the same time, Nick, Joe Lewis, they're investing it, and he's fucking living the life of Riley out in the Bahamas. How many times has Joe Lewis been to Tottenham? Once, maybe twice, if that. You know what I mean? They're laughing. They're raking in so much money, and at the same time, I'll get on to the heung-min Son situation in a minute. I'm just going to roll through these comments quickly. What have we got here? Where did I get to? Should hire Steve Cooper. Nah. Which manager has never won a trophy? Oh, maybe even Rooney. Yeah. What we got here? Hey, Flicks, how you been? I'm good. Nice to see you back. What else we got here? Levy's building his empire. Levy's building his empire. Honestly, but it really baffles me. It really baffles me. You know, for that statement, and I spoke about it earlier, and I'm repeating myself now, but Daniel Levy, he has honestly, what fucking planet does that guy live on? And he makes out he I don't know how many of you know this, but he actually makes out that he's from the local area of Tottenham. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, put on the other one. He ain't from Tottenham. You know what I mean? The guy is full of shit. Honestly, he's a businessman, you know, and he I can't remember. It was quite a few years ago now. Levy actually spoke up and actually said he's not here for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club itself. He's there because it's business. He's there for business, and that's it. He's there for himself, as well as Joe Lewis, Nick, whatever you want to call him. You know what I mean? But now I'm going to get onto the heung-min Son situation. My man Sonny, you know, that time is going to come where I'm going to burst into tears, because I'm going to know that my man Sonny won't be in a Spurs shirt anymore. He won't be playing in lily white anymore. And I've got a funny feeling, I've got a sick feeling, I should say, not a funny feeling. I've got a very, very, very sick feeling that we're not going to see, obviously after the Asian tour of South Korea, his homeland. I've got a very, very sick feeling that we're not going to see Sonny playing with Thomas the Frank Engine in the new season. Something's telling me that, you know, 'cause we all know that he's got 1 year left, and Sonny's pushing 32, maybe 33 now. If someone can tell me his actual age in the comments, but he's pushing 32, maybe 33 now, getting on a bit now for a football player. That's for an outfield player. That's you're getting on a bit. You know what I mean? But we all know his legs are gone compared to, say, maybe, I'm going to say maybe three seasons ago now. You know, he compare Sonny to how he is now. His legs have slowed him down, but Sonny brings in so much profit. You've only got to look at the tourist attraction. He brings in the freaking tourist attraction. You know, there's more South Koreans at White Hart Lane nowadays than there is like us real fans. You know what I mean? Levy rakes in so much money, and I know we got that young kid. I can't remember his name now. I'm quickly thinking from the top of my head, but I know we put him out on loan to QPR last season. And I just hope for his sake, you know, because he's only, 19, maybe 20 years old, if that. I just hope for his sake that if he does come back to Tottenham, that he has some sort of impact as how Sonny did. just for his sake, because I see it as, I can't be the only one thinking it. I see it as Levy's, because we all know Levy gets the final say in these signings. Surely, but I see it as, yes, Levy has the final say in these signings, but Levy's got this young kid, I can't remember his name. If someone can please tell me in the comments, but I actually feel that Levy's got this young kid, this young South Korean kid in to replace Sonny for the tourist attraction. I can't be the only one thinking that. Come on, I can't be the only one thinking that, honestly. But I'm hoping, I'm hoping that Heung-min Son gets one more season. We get one more season. He gets to play under the Thomas the Frank engine, because come on, it's going to be. We all know we need a we all know we need a rebuild. We all know that. What's that one? I've just seen that comment. You reckon we sell Son? Well, yeah, I'm already on discussing that one. So, I've lost my thread now. What was I saying? But yeah, I've lost my thread, man. Have you seen who Spurs? Yeah. We got Burnley at the Lane, and then yeah, Yang-min Hoik, that's his name. Yeah, that young kid, Yang-min Hoik. Yeah, thank you, guys. If you're new to my channel, please, while I'm just thinking that, if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like. I'd appreciate it. So yeah. So going back onto that comment, have you seen who we got first game of the season flicks? Yeah. So we got Burnley at the Lane, and then Man City away, and then we got Bournemouth. But November, I don't know if has anyone on here actually seen the full fixture list. November looks freaking yeah, absolute nightmare. November looks a nightmare. We're talking Man United, if I remember rightly, was in there. Even though, we should get 3 points over them. But we got Chelsea in there. Fulham, who can be a bit of a bogey side, and they've done us twice, if I remember rightly, last season. We got the Gooners as well. They're in there. I think was it Liverpool as well? I can't remember now. I can't remember without having to look back. But look, at the end of the day, Levy has to give Thomas the Frank engine the full support, and obviously, as we all know, and only time will tell. But I'm not keeping my hopes up. And going on to Sonny, was it yesterday or the day before? No, it must have been yesterday. That there's been a delay on Heung-min Son's future, so we won't know if he's going to stay or is he going to leave Tottenham until the Asian tour of South Korea is fully completed and done, and they're back ready for the friendlies back over here. But please, anyone in the comments, what was your thoughts on Sonny? Do you reckon Sonny's going to stay for another season? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, please, again, in the comment section. But if Sonny does stay, obviously, he leaves on a free next season. But why not extend it for one more season? We've done that with Ben Davis. We've done it with Ben Davis. You know what I mean? And at the same time, Daniel Levy must be thinking about the other thing. If I keep Son, rakes in more money, yet potentially Sonny could go on a free next season. But come on, let's see your thoughts, please, in the comments. What we got here? Last game of the season is a funny one as well. Where we lost to Brighton. We all knew we was going to lose that game. You know what I mean? Likes of Brennan Johnson, when that was slashed up at the trophy parade, I was there. I witnessed it with my own eyes. I see it. Even Sonny was hilarious. What else we got here? Sonny might leave, but only after the Korean tour. Yeah. That's, like I said, that's it's gonna kill me. It's gonna hurt me so much. Sonny's going to go. At the end of the day, going back to when Harry Kane left Tottenham, when Harry Kane left Tottenham, yeah, it hurt me. I'm not going to lie, it hurt me. You know, our all-time top goal scorer, you know, we're talking 20 plus goals a season, gone. You know what I mean? But we done well to finish 5th with that first season without Harry Kane. 20 goals gone, 20 plus goals gone, whatever you want to call it, in all competitions, that is, you know. But when Harry Kane left, like I said, it hurt me. But seeing when that time comes, because it will come, and I reckon it will come very, very soon once the Korean tour is over, leading up to the new season opening up. But it's going to hurt me a hell of a lot more when Sonny goes. You know, you got to think back. Sonny's been at the club 10 years. He's been with us. He's seen it all. He's been with us through thick and thin. Like I said, he's seen it all, you know, and he's stuck with us. He could have left. He could have left the season before Kane left. He could have left when Kane left, but he didn't. He stuck with us. He's seen and worked with so many managers at Tottenham. It's unbelievable, but he stuck with us. He stuck with us. And for someone that's been so loyal, not only to the club, to the crest, but to us, he deserves a statue, man. He deserves a statue alongside a few others that I could name, alongside Harry Kane, who obviously deserves one, all-time goal scorer, and that's not going to be beaten for a very, very long time. Very, very long time. And the other one that deserves a statue is who I call and was never called a sir. That's Bill Nicholson. You know, them three there, they deserve a statue at the Lane. But will it happen? Of course it won't. Of course it won't happen. But going back to Heung-min Son, I truly believe that his days will be done as a Tottenham player once the Korean tour is done and dusted. I'm gonna just quickly roll through these last comments, and then I might have to leave. But what we got here? I read that one. You've got my team Everton, last game of the season. Yeah, I see that one. I think the second to last one is Chelsea, I believe. What's this one? Last comment at the moment. If Sonny leaves, that's the only way we get some like an Eze to replace him. Quickly, I just want to talk about Eze. Eze, it's a no-brainer. We have to go all out for Eze. I can't see Tottenham getting in Burma. Can't see it happening. If it happens, then fucking hell, we've worked a miracle there, because in Burmo's he's like not so much a Harry Kane, but he bags in 15, maybe 20 Premier League goals a season. I know we've definitely done it last season, bagged 20 Premier League goals, and we missed goals in the Premier League last season. Truly missed that. So if we get in Burmo, then fuck me, we've worked a miracle there. You know, not only that, for Burmo, come on, man, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer for Brian Burmo. You know, to work under Thomas the Frank engine once again, but to be at a top club, no disrespect to Brentford, to be at a top club, and the big one, Champions League football. You know what I mean? It's a no-brainer. Who would want to pick Man United right now? Well and truly in the mud. No European football. But we will see on that one. Only time will tell. And obviously, Eze, I'd love to see Eze in a Spurs shirt. Scored some cracking goals for Crystal Palace. Quickly thinking from top of my head, who else would I like to see? Obviously, we're linked with Semenyo from Bournemouth. Very, very good player. He was very, very good for Bournemouth last season. Very, very good. Of course I would have him. Of course I would have Semenyo. Obviously, Basuma's linked with a move away from Tottenham. Another one is Vicario. Vicario he's a bit hit and miss. A bit hit and miss. He can have a very, very good game, and then he can have a shit game. You know, and I know we conceded so many goals under Ange, you know, Vicario, and we were so poor with set pieces. So poor. But if he goes, then so be it. We've got another quality keeper there, Kinksky. But again, only time will tell on that one. What's that one there? New comment. What do you think about Werner? Don't get me started on Werner. Timo Werner. He's gone. He's gone, and I'm glad he's gone. I'm not gonna lie, because some of you might have seen my past videos when it was leading up to getting Timo Werner in. I'm thinking, rah, Timo Werner, yeah. Thinking, okay, what Timo Werner are we gonna get? Are we gonna get that Timo Werner that played for Chelsea was it the season before and he was absolute piss poor? Or are we gonna get the Timo Werner that bangs in goals left, right, and centre for RB Leipzig? And obviously it turned out to be the Werner from Chelsea, absolute piss poor. Complete waste of time. We should have, because I know he spent 2 loan spells at Tottenham, and we should have got rid season before last, just gone. You know what I mean? Complete and utter waste of time. Complete and utter waste of time. That's that one. I wanted Dani Olmo for years. Is he the guy who plays for Barca? Yeah, I'm sure he's that kid who plays for Barcelona. What's that one there? The twice signing of Werner was a disgrace. Exactly, I've just said that one. Yeah, you know what I mean? They should have got rid in his first loan spell at Tottenham. Just get rid. Yeah, Barcelona. Yeah. I can't see him. I can't see him leaving Barcelona to join Tottenham. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Time will tell with the signings. We'd be lucky if we get 2 signings, and we all know Daniel Levy leaves it to the very last knock-ins. He likes to look for bargains. You know what I mean? You know, he likes to shop around fucking home bargains and look for the big deals so he can pay low wages. That's how I see it anyway. That's how I see it. But please, before I go, if you've just tuned in, please get subscribing. I'd appreciate it. Smash a like as well. I'm just quickly trying to think of other signings that I would love to see in a Spurs shirt. Jack Grealish. We all know it ain't gonna happen. Jack Grealish's wages are ridiculous. Could you really see, unless you wanna, unless you're thinking more of potential first team football, which is what he should be thinking of, because come on, man, he's earned enough at City as it is, you know. And if he does leave City, is it going to be on a permanent? I can't see it. I see it more as they're going to put Jack Grealish on loan for a season. And if that's the case, then of course Levy should go all out for Grealish. But at the end of the day, wages come into play. And is he gonna accept low wages? Probably not. But I'd love to see Jack Grealish on a Spurs shirt. As we all know, our squad depth is ridiculous. Our squad depth is utterly ridiculous. You know, when we got our first 11 there, our first 11 is pretty much unplayable. But when we're slightly getting down to the bare bones, that's when we're absolute piss poor. You know what I mean? It can't be happening. Can't be happening. I'd be happy with Hayden Hackney. Who's that? Hang on, that name rings a bell. Is he the he plays for Middlesbrough? Is that the one I'm thinking of? He plays for Middlesbrough, yeah. Please, can you let me know on that one? But yeah, I'm getting near, very very near to ending my stream right now. Yeah. I can't really comment much on that Hayden Hackney. I've not seen a lot of him playing for Middlesbrough. Is he that good then? Surely not. No disrespect, by the way, but yeah. But like I said, time will tell with obviously Sonny. We won't find out until South Korea / Asian tour, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure they're just going out to South Korea. Sonny's homeland. I don't think they're going anywhere else around that area. So obviously we won't find out anymore until they're back home. Check him out, his quality. Okay, I'll do a bit of digging on that one then. But yeah, obviously we won't find that more until their tour's done and they're back home. Signings, look, we need signings. We need signings. I just hope, like I said earlier in the stream, I just hope for Thomas Frank's situation that Frank Injin gets the full support that he truly deserves, because Brentford backed him. They backed him with average players. Yes, they got a couple of they got a couple of very, very good players like Uvissas, who I wouldn't mind seeing in a Spurs shirt, as well as in Burmo. They gave him and his backroom staff the full support, and I just hope he gets that at Tottenham. But like I said, we've been there before. You know, with Levy, he's had top managers, top winnable managers. Yet they've been given 5 minutes, then shipped out. So here we are. KWP next. Who do you mean? Who do you mean? Carl Walker-Peters? Do you mean Carl Walker-Peters? Ain't he been linked with a West Ham move? I'm sure he was linked with West Ham. I'm sure he was linked with West Ham. Right, guys, I've got to shoot, but if you're new to my channel right now, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really, really appreciate it. Please stay up to tuned with all things Tottenham. I am chucking out more videos. Very, very, you know, I'm chucking them out left, right, and centre right now. You know, I really want to get my channel up as high as I can get. So please, if you're new, hit that subscribe. Please hit that notification button as well, because you'll be notified every time I upload. Like I said, I'd really, really appreciate it. And thanks for tuning in. Smash the like as well. Yeah. And that's me. That's me done. Big up, bruv. No, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you could, guys, please share my channel as well. And also, I nearly forgot. I'm up for a nomination. I'm up for a nomination. I can't believe it. I found out, not last week, the week before. The Tottenham Creators Content Awards. Obviously, I think it's going to be held at Tottenham itself. But the closing date for these nominations is, quickly thinking from the top of my head, 27th of June. So we're talking week after next week. So I am under the bracket. The links in the description, by the way. But I'm in the bracket of something along the lines of best watch-alongs / live streams. So yeah, check it out. Please vote for me. Obviously, every vote counts, and if you have voted for me, I appreciate it. It means a lot. But yeah, that's enough from me. Stay tuned for more. As always, up the Spurs. Come on.